Hello and welcome back to Cage Side Press.
Welcome back to Cage Side Press.
I am joined by an inspiration to many, the bad guy, Chael Sonnen.
An inspiration to many, Chael Sonnen.
Chael, was it being here in Paris with the crowd that was screaming out for Cedric Doumbe?
Being here in Paris. Is there something there? Is that just annoying when I'm doing this? Is that funny? Like over time,
It's
is
funny.
that fun?
I like
It's
it.
not bad. You can only do it for so long, but it's not bad. Okay, here's the thing. I had never met Cedric before, and you smell good, by the way. What is that? Is that like a hairspray or a cologne? What do you got on?
I got a cologne on.
You smell clean. You smell very clean. What's the cologne called?
It's like seven euros from a...
I really like that, sincerely. Yeah. I know that smell somewhere. That smells good. Okay, here's the thing. I've never met Cedric on a personal level. I've never met Cedric. So how is he going to behave? I'm not an interviewer like you. I don't interview people. So, I mean, it would have been better if you were up there. I was a little nervous. I mean, I'm personalized this, but I was a little bit nervous. He might come after me. It's his spotlight, but I got a reputation too. I mean, it was one of these things where with Cedric, which way are you going to go? I don't think anybody left mad at him, including Jaleel. Cedric has a charm that he put on everybody. I gotta say that about Jaleel too. Jaleel was very funny up there. Jaleel was a cool guy. He said the N-word at one point. I think that he'd take that one back if he could, but in all fairness, Jaleel Willis was a cool guy.
And one thing that I noticed when Jaleel walked back up on stage, he changed his shirt and he changed into a Borussia Dortmund football shirt, which is the team that beat Cedric Doumbe's team just a couple weeks ago. To my surprise, that didn't irritate the crowd or Cedric Doumbe, but Cedric throwing his shirt at Jaleel changed the whole thing. What was it like seeing that you were in the commentary booth? What was that like?
And I don't know enough about soccer to know that's. I saw that he changed his shirt, but I did not understand the reference until you said it. And I do know from a cultural standpoint, man, people get shot over soccer. Like, that's a big deal. I really feel like Willis is going for it. Let me tell you why I make it a big deal about Jaleel's demeanor. I have been in his shoes to a degree where instead of just attacking a guy that was trying to get a fight, right? You're trying to get a guy. Attacked all of his friends too, attacked all of his country as well. And you can have a lot of fun with it. I thought Jaleel Willis was having fun. I thought he was enjoying his moment. I thought he was disappointed when it came to an end, just for example. But it's also a distraction. It's a distraction of the reality that is in front of you, which is a long walk to a small cage. And tomorrow, there's nothing between them now except a little bit of time. That's it. As that clock ticks down, and I say that because it's going to become real. That distraction is going to turn into a reality. Does Jill want the smoke, as the kids call it, right? I mean, he created something. It got red hot over here, but does he want that? Is that going to create a pressure that is too much for him to bear, or is it going to create an opportunity that comes once in a lifetime? There's no way around it. Every human being has one of those two responses, and Jaleel doesn't. None of us know what his response will be until that moment comes.
And as the master of trash talk yourself, when you have a fight with this much animosity going into it, if you're in the shoes of Jaleel, when you're going into a fight where you've been trash talked, you're kind of getting emotional, the emotions are boiling over. How do you go into it without letting yourself get too emotional, without fighting emotionally?
Yeah, a very hard thing to do. I mean, I can give you the textbook answer that some jerk wrote to sell a book on Amazon, but the reality is you want to make it small. It's called slowing down the game. Very important thing that they do in soccer, very important in baseball. But you got to slow everything down. Control what you control. What does that mean? Well, what's Jaleel going to have for dinner tonight? How much sleep is he going to get? What time is he going to get up tomorrow? These are the things that he can control. Pack his mouthpiece, pack his cup, pack the correct shorts. These are the things he controls. When he gets to the arena, at some point he's going to have to wrap his hands, but then he's going to warm up. When does he start warming up? How hard does he go? What does he calm down? What music does he listen to? This might sound simple, but if he can start to control each of those things and his focus is on those things, if you get really great at this, the only thing you can focus on is your next step and your next breath. If you can slow a match down to that, the pressure will never get you. If you can't get close, right? You don't have to do all of those, but if you can't get close to that, you're in big trouble.
And in the main event,
can I tell you why pressure matters?
Yes.
People talk about pressure, but they never go the extra step to tell the audience why that matters. It matters because it creates a stress, and that stress is a chemical release through your body that will lock you up. In a game of cardio, it will tire you out. So if you have that pressure that creates a stress and you get that chemical release, you will tire out and fatigue before your opponent. That's why it matters who's feeling it.
And finally, just
You can't get that analysis anywhere. Nobody in sport,
Only the bad guy.
Nobody in
Only the
sport
bad
can
guy.
give you an analysis like I just gave. Truly. You'll never hear that anywhere. People will always talk about
100%.
pressure in every sport. They'll never tell you why it matters.
and just finally, a message to MMA fans that you would like to give to close out this interview.
You know, when I tell you smell good, I'm coming from, I have a purely heterosexual background. You're aware of that. But I still know when something smells good.
Yes, and I appreciate the compliment.
What was the question? Oh, to the
A
audience?
message to the audience.
Blah, blah, blah. Tune into the show. Blah, blah, blah. Cedric, Jaleel, DAZN, networks, YouTube. Out.